wanna be my movie star here in a second?
Yes. You take a picture of me, everybody would run away.
To anyone in the world, what would it be?
I think have an open mind.
Yep.
Literally, and follow your gut. Except like the two of you, I feel very positive. I don't know if for all I know you're ex-murderers, but I can always trust my gut as far as people are concerned.
You are not authentic.
Carlos Morales, and then also need a golf cart. We're out here with Shawnee P Cupcakes for his birthday in Tampa, Florida, and then hopefully, after we get locked and loaded, we're gonna go hunt for some deals in the next couple hours. Got him again. There you go.
So, obviously we're at the gun range right now. People who shoot guns love solar. I mean, look at this right here. 12-volt battery right here, at least 69 amp hours. And then we have our state-of-the-art solar panel powering our fun for the day. So let's get into it.
Yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and get into the field and go hunt for some leads. So today we're gonna be doing a quick little close with my boy Hunter over here, who so nicely set this up over on Friday. Should be able to close that one up and hopefully get another 2 afterwards. Yeah, Hunter with me.
How's it going?
How you doing?
Good to meet you, man. Did weather take that down, or you guys take the tree down?
What have I what?
Yeah, when did the
In one branch, ¿hablas español? ¿Yo no soy fan?
I just look like I can.
Okay.
It's pretty simple. Like, we cover the cost of doing the solar for the house, and then you just get a lower electricity bill. And it's just pretty much just that. So I'm just gonna take a couple quick photos, and then we should be able to get a report back for it pretty easily. Do you know how old the roof is?
Oof. The roof is same years, 18, 19, 17.
17.
I wanna play it.
So I got the pictures. The electric panel, that's new, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's a 200 main breaker, so that's very good.
Yes.
When did you get that replaced?
Inside two is I replace.
Really? You did the electrical?
Yeah, I electrical. I working on the electric.
Oh, okay. That's difficult work. That's really admirable. I would not be touching that panel.
Yeah, I work. My job is fixing the service.
So I got most of the report done. Is there a spot we could sit down by chance?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just have a seat. And then, did you put a separate sub panel on the inside of the house?
Yeah, I have the panel inside.
Okay, got it. So we can check that real quick. So I was only able to see the main switch. Did you replace the AC yourself?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, you've done good electric work, obviously. It's just a matter of we still have quite a bit of a bill with Tico. Have you looked into solar before?
No.
Really? Okay, got it. Have you done any with your electric work and everything else? You haven't done installs before? No. Solar systems? Okay, well, I'll just give you kind of the brass tacks of it. All that's happening is that in this county, they're trying to get about 50% of all the houses to switch over to renewable based power, so things like solar, wind, tide power, things like that. Instead of spending a bunch of money up front like a cash system, problem with leasing usually is that they place a lien on your property. With this system, you actually own the system. Now, as far as your Tico bill, the picture I got was a little blurry. Did you have that by chance?
The bill?
Yeah, just the electricity bill. So all the energy you don't use goes to Tico, and then you get a credit back, and that covers you at nighttime, right? And that's what the basis of net metering is. So right now, as it stands, right, you had an August bill of $297, but you've had bills that have been higher than that and bills that have been lower than that, right? That's not like that, the actual average, because for the whole year, you used 17,434 kilowatt hours. Right, that's the whole thing there. That they're going to be having another 12% rate hike again, and it just has to do with the fuel increases. So if we take a look at the next couple years with Tico, year 2 with a 12% increase would be $250 a month. Does that make sense? That's what your new average would be, right? And if we extrapolate, if we move that up, right, year 3, year 4, year 5, that's what you're looking at in a couple years, especially with the new addition that you're having on the house. How long have you been working on that already?
How long? I started maybe 2 months ago.
That's 2 months of work.
No, not 2 months of work, but I start that construction
Okay.
maybe 2 months.
2 months ago. Has it been a pain getting all the permits and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Hillsboro's like
Yeah,
a
I
nightmare.
have outside my box and that permit. Everything is expensive, but it's legal. Everything legal.
These are the main questions that kind of people ask us when it comes to solar, who've looked into it before. We covered the roof for 25 years. Now, obviously, what will happen is I just took a bunch of photos for a roofing job. So before we move forward, they'll let us know whether or not we need to do a re-roof prior to. If y'all move, there's no issues. It just raises the value of the home. So houses with solar sell for more than houses without solar. It doesn't cost you anything to start up, and then we maintain and insure the system for 25 years. Panels, the inverters that we use are called Enphase. Basically all that means is that each one of these panels have what are called microinverters. It just means that they're all power up themselves. If in the future you needed to add on more panels because you decided to get an electric car or make sure your house is at 65 degrees or whatever at any time, you can add on panels without any issues. Does that make sense? Okay. And then have you had friends that have went solar before?
No.
We eliminate that bill and that bill, right? We get rid of that. And then you just have a lower payment for your electricity. Yeah, so the big thing with that, when I generally tell people that, is they say it's too good to be true. And in general, it's because it is. So there's 3 companies that have to give us the okay before we can do this. Because obviously, if a finance company is covering your solar project, they want to make sure that you're financially okay. That's why I took a look at that's why I was taking all the photos before we even started. I was like, if I don't think, because it's shading or whatever, then we just cut it right there, right? Then it's like, I don't want to waste your time, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't like to do those What things. They do is essentially, they just make sure that the system's good to go, and that we can cover 100% of your current electricity usage. What we do is we do a site inspection, right? That's what we started with. And then we put an application. Further down the week, I'd come back out here and chat with you if you have any additional questions to make sure you know everything. And we go over the final design. If you want to move forward on it, you would sign what's called a notice of commencement. You had to do those for the permits, right? Exactly, it's that thing. That allows us to pull, and then we turn the system on about a month after that. Does that all make sense? Is your wife aware of like how much you guys are spending on your electricity?
No.
She's not aware? You don't tell her?
No.
Okay, so if you told her that you were spending like $290 a month, she would say like, that's not very fun. And if you told her that you would have no bill, I'd save you, what, in that first year, I'd save you $2,800 in a year plus $16,000 in taxes, she'd probably be pretty happy about that. Let's set up for the 16th, which will be this coming Friday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And we'll give you a call on that day as well, just to double confirm with you. Good chatting with you. I will be back with the final design at 6 p.m. on Friday.
All right.
Okay. All right. Have a good day, my friend. It's one of those really interesting things where he's telling me all the reasons I'm not really interested, this is gonna cost me money, yada, yada, yada. And then I build up the value. And when I finally drop the pricing and show him the pricing, then you just shut the f up. You just shut up. You don't say anything until they talk. And then once they start talking, that's when you know you got the sale.
Yeah.
And so it was like right there where I was like, okay, we're good to go. Let's make some money.
Yeah.
Let's help them out.
Yeah,
let's get this together.
Why is that? Because then any objection, whatever, that's gonna come out then?
Because
it
sounds needy, right? Okay. You show the price, you should have such a belief in it that because you built so much value before it, that there's nothing else to say.
Nice.
Right? But if you show the price and then you immediately try to start justifying it again, it's like, please, listen to me. No, you just shut up.
Got you.
As soon as you start talking, then you're selling, and then you're good to go. I go over a lot of information, and everyone always has additional questions. And I'll have a better report as well because I have the drone shots now for the picture for the roof and everything.
Will you have a card?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you actually with the packet and all the
Yeah,
information,
because
and I'm gonna
then
send
he
you a
can
quick.
call you.
Yeah, and leave you with all my information. And this is the last one of the day. We're gonna be meeting back with Diane. This is the right house, right? Howdy, good to see you. Hi. Did you get your first Chico bill yet?
No.
No.
I just moved in last week, man.
That's true. I don't know if they sent you a
Your
statement.
company. Do they put a lien against my house?
No. That was like the first thing I told you about. I told you a lot of things, so it's all good.
I mean, come on.
I know. So no lien on the property. No, I did mortgages before I did solar, so there's no way in heck I'm working with a company who puts liens on properties.
Oh, and they said it's like 15 years before you actually reap the benefit.
That's if you do a cash system. So if you spend cash, right? Like let's say you spend, $30,000 up front, then it would take you 15 years to get a return on your investment.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
But
Something
if you
about
but if
15
you
years.
finance it, it's different because what happens is that you just get savings day one because we eliminate your TICO bill. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was a mortgage guy, so if you ever have random mortgage questions, I played around with it. As long as your credit score is at least a 680, then you'll be able to qualify for the Concerts program, where for your first 12 months, there's no payment. If you don't use the tax credit towards the system, it's $158. And now I had a buddy who just got one. It was 7.5% on his house. I was like, that's just crazy.
Oh yeah.
No, it's getting nutty out there. You can pay it down at any point. There's no prepayment
Because
penalty. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's no prepayment penalty. So you can decide if you want, you could put, $150 towards it every month instead and pay it off in, 15 years. Basically had to add on additional panels on their house. Are you planning on...
I would like a pool heater.
Okay. So the reason why I would ask, if I were to, for instance, like I could add on a couple more panels, your monthly bill would go up like a little bit, maybe like 10 to 15 bucks, but then you'd have even more electricity to be able to pull from. And so the whole point of solar is to live more comfortably. And so if we added on a couple of additional panels, then if let's say you set up a pool heater or something in the future, your solar payment would still be less than what you'd be paying with TICO anyway. Because you're already saving like 70% of your electricity bill. Set up anyway, you still end up with no payment anyway for literally your entire first year. So you're just not going to have an electric bill for your first year living. It ends up, but the interest ends up being around 41. I think that's where the math. And I'll let you know too, if you decide that, because I'll get the numbers from our design team real quick. If you decide that you end up not wanting to do the higher offset, or decide you do want to do the higher offset, if you just let us know before permitting, then we can make any changes that are needed. If that person has a bad credit score and they don't have a good track record, make these payments.
So you are checking my credit.
Yeah, they have to do it. So it even lets you know in here. It is a soft check. So it's not a hard. They won't do a hard pull for your credit, and you'll know the differences between the actual terminology that they use in paperwork, and I'll show you that in a little bit here. So there won't be a hard pull for your actual credit. So for most people that I end up working with, I can't give them the best possible options in all situations, as you can possibly imagine. With 19 panels, we're at 126% offset with that. And so the first year's free still, and then it's 130. That'll really cover you for any kind of additional electricity usage in the future, and everything's covered. So hold on. Hey, you are adorable. Do you mind if I use the restroom real quick?
Pinch? No, not at all. Pinch or something. I don't know. I thought that was penny. I thought that was penny. Okay, so how long does this take?
You should be done in like about 5 minutes.
No, I'm sorry. The process. I'm sorry.
Hopefully we can get it done by the end of the year.
I'm only asking because I'm off this month, so I'm trying to do a lot while I'm here so I can be on top of it. Do I have an out-of-pocket cost right now?
And with Enphase IQ8 Plus inverters, the total price is $37,110 with a tax credit estimate of $11,133, and the financing that we're using is Concert.
Now, is there a guarantee that it's not going to mess up my roof?
Yeah, that's a 25-year leak-free roof penetration warranty.
Okay.
So they cover you for 25 years. And again, they don't use subcontractors for any of their work. So anyone that's working on the roof or anything else. If you don't set up for auto pay, it's a 3.89% interest loan. If you do set up for auto pay, it's a 3.59. So if you end up doing it with a higher interest rate, instead of being $194, it's $200. It's a $6 difference if you set up for auto pay or not.
no hidden charges, right?
You lived in New York. Have you found any like really good pizza places down here?
I'll put it nicely now.
Yeah.
But I think you understand what that means.
I feel the same way.
You are not authentic.
You are not the father.
Yes.
Okay, you got it now? Okay, yeah, you got it now.
guy. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on?
That was a cornerstone of being sick as a kid and watching that on TV. And my mom going, "You're not supposed to be watching this." I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I'm learning so much about people." That and Jerry Springer.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was in the 70s he ran to be governor of Massachusetts, and then got caught in a scandal,
No way.
and then that wrecked his whole career. Yeah, he was like a well-spoken politician. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.
You too. Have a good
See you,
night.
little doggy. Don't go on the couch.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
And that, my friends, is how you get 2 deals in just a couple hours. I believe I've just given out maybe $20,000 to $30,000 in federal tax credits, so that's a damn good day. If you guys are looking for jobs in places like Tampa, Miami, San Diego, LA County, make sure to click in the details. Click subscribe because you want to see more of me. And go ahead and click one of these 2 videos because God knows you're going to like one of them.